And I'm a host. Mark.
And welcome back to
Wright Back At Ya.
Guess what? Today is almost Turkey Day.
Yep, but not everyone is focused on that.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of people, specifically stores and advertisement, that are focused on Christmas.
Oh yes, and there is a guy who is really not happy about that.
Give it up for Brian and his video, Bran Rants.
I am Bran. This is Bran Rants. Bran is going to rant. Bran Rants!
Excuse me, what the actual
I hate premature Christmas. This needs to stop. We aren't even done with November yet. Now that I've calmed down a bit, I can go more in depth as to why I don't appreciate people skipping over Thanksgiving. Really, why has it been this way since forever, basically? The minute Halloween is over, everyone switches to Christmas. Heck, they don't even wait anymore. I remember getting a Christmas ad on Halloween. Doesn't that sound a little bit absurd to you? And don't even get me started on stepping foot in any mall on November 1st. The defrosting has begun. In all seriousness, I miss when the world actually cared about Thanksgiving. Who doesn't like spending time with family and taking a moment to appreciate the people you love? And the food. Don't lie to me. I remember being a kid and not thinking much of Thanksgiving. I was always more of a Christmas kid myself. Please don't sue me, Roar. But looking back now, I get a sense of nostalgia anytime I remember Thanksgiving. And those were the times. So why is it that we no longer care about Thanksgiving? Well, I have a few theories myself. We'll miss you, Matt Pat. Theory number 1, similar meaning. I suppose Thanksgiving and Christmas do share similar aspects, like spending time with cherished ones. And the food, you can't deny it forever. Theory number 2, weather. Christmas is known for happening when it snows outside. Correction, when it did snow outside. There's a lot of things you can do with snow. You can build a snowman, slide down a hill, have snowball fights, sit inside your home and avoid the snow altogether, you name it. Now what can you do in November during the fall? Rake leaves? Maybe jump on a pile of leaves? I think you see my point. Theory number 3, the most probable theory, capitalism. We love to capitalize off of Christmas. Heck, the very day after Thanksgiving is all about cutting prices by 50 to 90% to attract greedy customers with deals. And it almost always ends in chaos, might I add. But Christmas is when capitalism is most prevalent, having TV specials, limited edition items, holiday themed music on top of said price deals. And everyone is wearing that red hat of the probably diabetic and glorified home invader we call Santa Claus. Also, wasn't Christmas about the birth of Jesus Christ? It's literally in the name. Christmas. Christ. When did it suddenly become centered around Santa? And more importantly, why are we worshipping this guy? Last I checked, Santa wasn't the one who died for our sins. I'm just sad about Christmas appearing in November, and annoyed. Mostly annoyed. We all get too caught up in the consumerism of these holidays that we forget their actual meaning, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas. But Thanksgiving in particular gets so overlooked by most people in society, there's barely any meaning when it's celebrated. It's become a shell of its former self. Well, I think I've said my piece. And if you're the type of person that plays Jingle Bells before December 1st, I hope both sides of your pillow are warm tonight. That's all I wanted to say. Bran is not going to rant anymore. The defrosting has begun. Run.
Thank you, Bran, for your 3 minutes of incessant ranting.
I want to go home.
Shut up. Well, it's time to move on from ranting about Christmas to ranting about bad drawings.
It's time to see Haley lose her mind in her segment, Drawing of the Day.
You motherfucker! Hey. Hey! Hey everyone, it's me, Haley Archer, and we're back with another drawing of the day. Today, for literally no reason at all, I am going to be drawing anxiety from the movie Inside Out 2. When the movie came out, it was an instant hit, and when I watched it, I absolutely fell in love with it, especially all the character designs for all the new emotions, anxiety especially. Now, without further ado, let's get started. And don't worry, I know exactly what I'm doing. Well, I'm done. If you enjoyed this video, great. If you didn't, I honestly don't care anymore. I've been doing the exact same episodes for like over a year now, so yeah. Well, I'll see you all next time. My name is Haley Archer, and stay tuned for another drawing of the day.
Thank you, Haley, for making that
Hi,
wonderful
guys.
drawing.
Today we're going to be talking
The
about
gods
how
calling my name.
Right.
Oh, restart it? The whole thing? All right, keep going.
Well, let's move on. Let's movie on
Won't you?
with my soul.
Well, you're gonna love this next segment, Grace. Next up is Vidali with her movie review.
Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about How to Train a Dragon live action movie, which was first announced back in February. The trailer just dropped 2 days ago, and fans are hyped. A big reason for the hype is the casting of Mason Thames, who was in Black Phone and soon to be in Black Phone 2. The live action movie is set to release on July 13th, 2025. While it feels like a long wait, it's not too far off. One of the things fans are most excited about is how the dragons look. Toothless looks super realistic, and people are loving the CGI. Some fans have been commenting that Nico, who plays Astrid, doesn't match the character's look from the animated movies. And I get where they're coming from, but I don't think it's that deep. She's still gonna play the part just fine. Even Dean, the director of the film, had to respond to the criticism by saying that he wasn't casting people who looked exactly like the characters. Instead, he was choosing people who had the spirit and personality of the characters. Anyways, what do you guys think of the trailer? Are you excited for the film?
Thanks, Vidali. I can't wait for that movie to come out.
Not me. I don't like that trailer.
I will make this into a reverse hot shit situation.
Before we start throwing hands, why don't we show the next video with Clarina and her talk about the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
Hi, I'm Clarina, and welcome back to Right Back At You. So today we're not going to talk about music, but we're going to talk about the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
We all should know Mike Tyson, but to those who don't, he's a former American boxer. He used to be called the baddest man alive because of his fighting style, but he had some tough time fighting the younger, faster boxers. So he decided to retire in 2005. But recently, he made a comeback and had his first post-retirement fight with Jake Paul. Jake Paul is also another popular boxer, YouTuber, and actor who started posting funny videos as a kid and got super famous. He's had some big boxing matches like beating Nate Diaz and Mike Tyson. It was a huge fight streamed on Netflix with more than 65 million of people watching.
So what do you think about the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
It was rigged. I don't know. I just heard he went against a grown man, so I was like, oh, he was fighting against his team. I don't know how to explain it, but
So what do you think about the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
I feel like, Jake Paul was obviously like gonna win because he's younger and he's, he like has more strength. Mike Tyson's like in his 60s, late 60s. He's not as strong as he was when he was much younger. It wasn't really that much of a fair fight because everyone was saying that they knew that Jake Paul was gonna win, and Mike Tyson hasn't fought in a long time, so it was bound to happen, honestly. Honestly, I wasn't really that interested in the fight to begin with, but I feel like my thoughts were like, oh, it was most likely gonna be Jake Paul, not because I like him or nothing, but it's like only because
Did you see the clip with where Mike Tyson was kind of naked?
Oh my, no, I didn't.
You didn't see that?
No, I.
Here. Hold on.
Yo.
No.
Oh my goodness, bro. His butt. Oh no. Hell no. Why his butt clenched like that?
It was like, I think it's like a uniform or something. Because they have to
Yeah.
wear
Oh yeah, for the boxers.
yeah.
I mean, at least it was his butt. It wasn't nothing else.
So what do you think about the fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson?
the fight was a joke.
Why?
Because of Jake Paul, like, why is Jake Paul trying to fight somebody so old? Like, Mike Tyson's pushing 60.
So this is all for today. See you next time.
Thanks a lot, Clarina. Now I want to punch someone now.
Instead of hitting your victims, I mean friends, why don't we hit some paddle balls? Because up next is Nilsen and his take on sports.
I want
Paddle.
to hit you.
This is paddle, the newest, fastest growing sport. Some people might be thinking that this would be about pickleball, but there is a new craze with a certain other racket sport called paddle. Paddle is a sport originated in Mexico by a businessman named Enrique Coquera. He thought of this idea when he didn't have enough space to make an actual tennis court, so he decided to make a smaller space and call it paddle. Paddle has little and simple rules. The right to serve is decided by a draw. Serving is done by bouncing a ball off the ground and hitting it diagonally into the service box on the opponent's side. The ball must be hit when it is at or below waist level. Scoring in paddle follows that of tennis, using 15, 30, and 40 point increments. And 40-40 is a deuce, which is like a draw. Paddle has been gaining popularity in all sorts of parts in the world, making its rounds around Spain, Argentina, Chile, and the UK. I personally heard about paddle from a YouTube channel called The Sideman. The estimated cost of paddle worldwide is estimated to be around 2 billion. While this isn't as big as a number comparatively to other sports, it is predicted to be worth a lot more over time. To me, it seems like paddle is on its way to take over the world, with a ton of investors among the likes of Italan, Backspin Capital, Leap, Qatar Sports, and big names supporting it also, like Serena Williams. Paddle seems like a fun sport. I'm going to have to give it a try someday.
Thank you, Nilsen, for teaching us about the second cousin once removed to tennis.
Ooh, why don't we go down to the country club so we can play a couple rounds?
No.
Aw. Well, that's the end of our show today, but stay on the lookout for another
Right back at ya! The defrosting.